ate noodles with no packet. Cereal with the
I think this
canned milk.
might be a Twitch sponsorship move because, yo, Twitch is losing money like crazy right now, bro. They are getting rid of people's Twitch income by half. People that had 70-30 splits with Twitch are now dropping down to 50-50 split. Twitch is losing money, bro. They've been losing money for the last 10 years. They probably have never been profitable, allegedly, in my opinion, right? So they're looking for any kind of way to get people on the platform and shove those ads in people's faces, bro. Because that's what's happening right now on Twitch, and it's disgusting.
So people didn't know what to expect. So when he debuts his stream with Dot the Genius, legendary in the Kid Cudi community, if you're tapped in, and he's on stream, it was a pleasant surprise to hear that he was going to make music on there.
I'll release an EP, you know? And I'll release it soon too.
But he's asking for subs.
Make it 10,000.
Make it 10,000. All right, 10,000 subs. Dot, you see Dot? No. They're like, Dot, no! Get him off the stream! Get him off the stream!
10,000 subs, boys.
No.
5,000 do sound better than 5,000, though. I will say.
Yeah, I mean,
That'll sound great.
It's 5 figures. You feel me?
Well, no, look. If we get, all right, so let's do this. If we get 10,000 subs, I'll drop an album. I'll drop an album and I'll record it all on stream, so you get a chance to see the album being created from the ground up.
Let's go.
Today is the first session. Nobody's ever done that, yo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nobody's ever done that. So like, live album on stream. You can come and be involved in the sessions.
So Kid Cudi said he's going to make a project on stream, and somebody replied, a fan of Ye replies and says, all love to Kid Cudi, and what he's doing is dope, but he claims no one has live streamed an album being created before, and that's what Ye did in 2021 with Donda, a 24/7-hour live stream that was followed by a live concert performance of the album. The live stream creating the album was even shared on digital billboards for advertising. Now what Ye did was
Exposed.
revolutionary, and I disagree with him saying that Ye was the first, because Kid Cudi would reply and say, I will say I don't know all that's happened on streaming. I said what I said just blindly. This is such a great reply, because Cudi and Ye fans, it's a very strong overlapping Venn diagram. The piece in the middle is not small. It is a huge chunk, and there are two different sides that are the small pieces of this new Venn diagram, where they're kind of at odds, or they want to create odds between them. So for him to reply to this with maturity is great. That's cool, people have done this before, but to be straight up, no one cooks like me. So what you're about to see is some one-of-one-ish, and it will be the illest album experience you've ever seen. Facts. I am the chosen. And continuing on with this, he continues streaming, he tweets out, F yeah, love streaming and connecting with y'all. And I replied to the person that tried to come at Kid Cudi and say, oh, Ye did this first. No, he didn't. Ye has never even done this. I said Tory Lanez did it first. Ye streamed the end of the album process, not the entire thing. So if we're going to go by that standard, then Tory was before Ye. Tory was on IG Live.
Oh, is this where we get into a Soulja Boy debate? How comes we're not bringing Soulja Boy into the mix right here?
Streaming that stuff. And I said DDG streamed a full album creation, because Tory Lanez, I don't believe he streamed a full mixtape or a full album. It was just different songs that some ended up being put out. Some actually got taken down and then re-put out on the Lost Tapes, which is a series that Tory Lanez has been dropping music while he's still been locked up. Great quality music, by the way. You should tap into that if you haven't. And DDG, he did a hit-a-thon. I think he did one. Somebody told me, DDG fan told me he did 2 albums. I didn't know that, but I know he did at least 1. And if you want to discredit his status as a rapper, and that's by DDG, because some people will be like, okay, yeah, DDG's like a content creator. Sure, he did it. He's a streamer. That doesn't count. I said more recently, Wiz Khalifa made an album start to finish on stream too. And Wiz Khalifa is also somebody that showed love to Kid Cudi.
Wiz Khalifa has been making crazy streams right now. And his work ethic as of late has been really consistent. If you've been keeping up with some of the Wiz stuff, the day-to-day streams or vlogs are still bumping. The tracks are still bumping. Obviously, I don't think music fans have moved on. I just think the way we're able to consume music and keep up with rappers has changed. I don't think we're not following rappers' every move like we used to, you know? Like, the game isn't just sort of tunnel vision on rappers like it used to be. There's so much people creating things that it's hard to really gauge what everybody is doing. You kind of have to really just be following somebody for real. Like, you really have to be a fan of somebody now more than ever than before, because there's so much happening that it's hard to be able to keep up. It's like if Wiz drops a song or something, it's not like it was before where you can go to a blog and be like, oh shit, the Wiz project is really bumping right now. boom, and you're able to keep up with what's going on. It's like, because there's so much outlets for media now, it's kind of hard to stay concentrated.
And donated 100 subs to him. And Wiz Khalifa said, Cudi streamed last night and it was awesome. Stoners are back. Now, one thing that I don't believe any streamer has done yet is what Kid Cudi's talking about, which is the music video that he's going to release for one of these songs.
Yo, so I had an idea. I had a really good idea. What if we shoot the video to Ride with all you guys, the fans? I post up somewhere and I stream and you guys come out and we film the video. How about that?
Well, that's a safety liability, but I could get down with that.
That could be epic. I'll let you know. It'll be in LA sometime. We'll figure it out.
So I don't believe that there has been a single rapper that has live streamed an album creation process and also filmed a music video for the song created on the live stream with their fans. That has not been done. And some people will be like, all right, this is one of those stats where you stack 3 different things on top of each other. No, I do think it's a really cool concept, and it's not out of the norm for Kid Cudi because he's always created and curated certain experiences for fans to enjoy. Now, I remember, I don't know if it might have been 10 years ago. It could have been in 2015. I think it was when Kid Cudi started or was in his first film, something like that. He rented out an entire movie theater for 2 nights. I know it was at least 1 night, and he was just on X or Twitter at the time, and he just told people to show up. And I think if they had Indicud, I think it was Indicud that dropped at that point, but Indicud was before 2015. Either way, whatever album he had at that point, if they brought the album, he would sign it and he would just let them. That was the only thing. They brought the album just so that he could know that they were actual fans of his, and they just watched the whole movie together, and it was Kid Cudi. So he's curated fan experience.
That's actually pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty good fan experience. Fan experiences have to really be worth it. Like the Freddie Gibbs fan experience. You see that? You get the VIP tickets and you get to learn some sort of martial arts karate discipline. Nigga, that's pretty fire if you ask me. I get to go see a concert and I get to learn Tai Chi Kondo. Nigga, W.
Like this. And there's one thing that nobody can say about Kid Cudi is that this guy really, really loves his fans. But when it comes to the live streaming thing, I do got to give him credit. He has done, actually, we'll give him credit a little bit later. Some stuff I like, because most of this I don't like personally, which means that I'm just not going to tune in. Do I think you shouldn't tune in? No, if you're intrigued by Kid Cudi's recording process, I really think you should tune in. You'd probably enjoy it. But I said, I don't know if I want to see Kid Cudi stream his music process. I'm conflicted. I always imagined him in a dark studio session, depressed from the early days. You weren't supposed to see him, just the finished result. Like a lot of my favorite Cudi is the type of Kid Cudi that makes you reconsider, taking it with the rest of us on this planet. And Kid Cudi is in a happier place.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why would you say that, dude? Is it really? It can't be that bad, It can't be that. But I see what he's saying though. Yasana has a point. Like the best Cudi music is that super sad shit, and he's right. As of late, it hasn't really been that sad. Because you can't create from that place all the time. You can't create from a place where you're always going to be in turmoil and sadness. At a certain point, you're going to want to create from a place of happiness. And even speaking for myself, somebody who constantly is recording music all the time, I haven't as of late. I had to take a break from making music. Like, it's been like a 2-year hiatus I took from making music. I just wasn't inspired anymore, bro. Like, I spent 10 years of my life making music and treating it like a job, and all the fun was sucked out of it, and I had to stop making music. But when I was in the process of making it, there's tracks that I'd recently just dropped, so check those out in the art section of my playlist on the main homepage of my channel. But yeah, your place of where you're creating art changes, right? So at first you're gonna be creating art from a place of sort of sadness and wanting to get revenge on everybody and anger, and then once you get to a better place, it's like you can't tap into that music anymore. And sometimes I'll listen to some of my old stuff and I'll be like, bro, this is so sad. Like, I can't even sing about or spit about the stuff that I used to talk about because I'm not sad like that anymore, dude. I'm in a better place. I'm a happier individual. But yeah, it just goes to show you, it's crazy, bro. But yeah, let's hop into this just a little bit longer before we leave it alone.
Place in his life now, and I do like the positive and happy Kid Cudi music. There was always a mix of that throughout, from the Man on the Moon original album, as well as the mixtapes A Kid Named Cudi, to hell, even Indicud, right? Most of his catalog, Speed and Bullet to Heaven, that was sad in terms of the quality of that project, but also he even talks about that was the most depressing time of his life. But I think it's a great idea. There are a few rappers that have a stronger bond with their fans than Kid Cudi. His fans love him. I see this doing very well for him, as they are quite parasocial, and they've never had personal access to him for 15 plus years. If you see Kid Cudi's tours and the amount of people that he pulls out to his tours, it is a lot of people. He's a global artist as well. Part of that is due to the success and help by Jim Jones, of course, with the Day and Night remix. That's what made everything go viral all over the world. No, but a lot of those Day and Night remixes crossed them over into more of a European scene with the dance craze that was going on in the early 2010s and like late 2000s. So some people will try and say that Ye fans have a stronger
Crooker's remix and all that.
bond, but I disagree. Ye fans, for the most part, idolize him and put him on a pedestal, and there's a clear hierarchical separation between him and the fans. There's nothing wrong with this, and it's what makes Ye so influential with his products. Kid Cudi is different. The way he interacts with fans makes them feel like he's one of them, not this larger-than-life character, and that's also, I think, the appeal of streamers. A lot of streamers, it's parasocial. In the beginning, they're watching the person that's just like them in their room, kicking it, talking to them. It's like they're kicking it with their homie, and over time, the streamer gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there are certain viewers of streams that only like small streamers because they're like, hey, I just like this, for lack of a better word, intimate feeling that we have with this small community, as opposed to, the person growing. And with Kid Cudi, he's managed to hold on to that. And it's because I think he's just not only so vulnerable, there is confidence in Kid Cudi. Like, you see him talking about like, oh, I'm the chosen. So he's confident in his art. And some people may take that as cocky. I think that's really Kid Cudi haters. But when you listen to his music and when he interacts with fans, you're like, man, he's just like one of us. Whereas with Ye is like, I'm the Steve Jobs, I'm the Walt Disney, I'm the king, and these are all of my, I talk about St. Pablo Tour is the greatest example of this. He's on a lifted stage above everybody else, and everybody else is beneath him. Is that a negative thing? Like I said, no, because people want to look up to a Ye, and you need people like a Ye to.
People want to look up to somebody. That is the nature of man. People want to be led. Unfortunately, a lot of people in society are mindless sheep. They want to be led by people. But I think trying to compare the two differences between Kid Cudi fans and Ye fans is irrelevant. I think they had their falling out because it just makes sense. It's two different types of egos, I guess, right? They both have egos. You need to have a big ego to succeed in life. People will tell you different, but it's true. But I think this idea of Kid Cudi wanting to stream and allowing people to see the process, I think it's interesting. When I first saw the notification pop up when I was on Twitch and it said, oh, Kid Cudi's gone live, I was watching it and I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know. And then the second time he went live again, I said, okay. The fact that it wasn't like a one-off and he was showing consistency, I like that. And because of that, I'm like, you know what? Let the man cook. Let the man cook.